within, let's say, the first 24 hours, 48 hours, was there any evidence that the work was having an effect?
Definitely, just definitely. It was like, they call it expressive aphasia that Zev has, and somehow the thing that he hadn't been able to do was find words to express what he really meant. He searches for words that are close to what he means. But the wonderful thing is that in less than 24 hours after Larry started praying for him, he started praying for him that night, and the next day, bang, the words that he wanted came out, and it was just like, oh, Zev's really here. Because we didn't really know if he was understanding us. And then, I guess a couple days ago, I asked him, I said, Zev, am I talking too fast? Am I saying too many words? Are you getting some of what I'm saying? And he was able to say, I'm getting all of it. And see, that's a big thing for him to be able to answer back. And this has been all since Larry started praying for him. But this was just a brilliant, flash way off the chart from what was going on with what we were doing.
What were your symptoms? What were your other
gastrointestinal problems? I was having gastrointestinal problems and ringing in the ears every day. So the gastrointestinal problems are just about gone. And I said, Jesus, this guy's really good. He's really good. So, and right now he's addressing the ringing in the ears, and right now it's not ringing, it's buzzing, so it is improving. So I'm very impressed with him, I tell you.
Wow.
He's really good. And I was told by some people I needed probiotics, I needed digestive enzyme, I needed this, I needed that. But LD said I was taking too much stuff. And stay off the sugar. And so I did that, and it's a remarkable change. I don't have those problems right now anymore.
So you don't have any of those problems since you started?
Well, no. I used to have it every day, acid reflux, stuff like that. The stomach, I couldn't eat everything, or I, have severe diarrhea or some problems. So I'm really, really much improved. He's been working on me about a week now. And I was having nightmares for about 6 months. Every night, nightmares. That would wake me up. So once he started working on me, I stopped having nightmares. I said, whoa, didn't have a nightmare this month tonight? So it's very rare that we're able to find a healer like that. I've been to healers before, and none of them have never been anywhere near that good. I'm really impressed.
Now, when you first started working with him, like the first few days after, or maybe the first week, or maybe even up to the first 2 weeks after you started working, was there any evidence that the work was impacting you?
There was evidence after the first 24 hours. Yeah, I was in bad shape. It got to the point, I'm telling you, I couldn't walk 3 steps without being in major pain. It was terrible. So after he worked with me, I would say within 24 hours, I got immediate relief. But the next day or something, I started walking without my cane, and I didn't realize it. And I said, "Oh my God, I'm walking without my cane." I said, "Oh my God, thank God." He mentioned that I had a virus inside my stomach, but it can cause other things. So when I went to the doctor, I was getting my blood test, and I said, "I want you to test me for what Larry said." So he tested me for this virus, which is like 1 out of 1,000, and I had the virus. Now, what I was impressed with was, I asked the nurse, I said, is that a rare virus? She goes, yeah. They weren't going to test me for that. No way. But that's what I had. And I thought that was very, very impressive.
I had constant headaches for like 2.5 years.
And so when you started working with him, when you first started working with him, was there any evidence that his work was impacting you?
Yeah, my headache started from my neck and went up, and it was sensitive even to touch. And my neck felt better. I was still having headaches, but my neck felt better.
And this happened how quickly, would you say?
Actually, it was probably within about 2 days. I think I only worked with Larry 4 to 5 days.
And how have you been since then?
Not one headache.
Wow. That must be a very nice, pleasant new sensation for you.
Well, the first few days I couldn't hardly believe it, because usually in the middle of the night when they got the worst, and I'd start getting up about 2:30 and 3:30 and 4:30, and all of a sudden I was sleeping all night through, and it was wonderful.
So what do you attribute that to?
I just, like I told him, I said, I just thank God for him and for the gift that he gave him.
And so specifically, your problem, what you said, was regarding your stomach. What changes have you noticed in your stomach?
I'm able to eat. When I eat food now, I don't get sick anymore. And I'm gaining weight because I had lost a lot of weight because I'm eating more of the foods that I like. Yeah, and like I said, my stomach doesn't bother me that much anymore.
How long had your stomach been bothering you previously?
I would say for like more than a year. And it was getting worse. I would say about 3 months ago, it got really bad to the point where I couldn't even walk around, anymore.
Wow.
I was so tired and I was really depressed and frustrated. I didn't know what to do. And until I started talking to Larry, but the last 3 weeks, I noticed a big improvement.
Wow, that's...
Of the work he's been doing.
And I had been to 15 specialists. I weighed 70 pounds. I could no longer chew food, or everything I was eating was liquid or blended food. And the doctors basically told me that I was wasting away. At times I was partially paralyzed. My legs, just to move them like an inch, it would take me 5 minutes.
So let me ask you about when you first started working with LD, who also goes by Larry. What improvements, or what did you notice?
One morning, right after that, a couple of days, I got up and I felt like something had happened. Something very different, something very powerful. I got up. I was full of energy. It was so noticeable. Matt was even noticing it. And he goes, gosh, you look good. And I go, I feel so good. I go, I don't know what happened. It's like everything just disappeared. And that feeling just, it didn't go away. It was just, that level of wellness. And that had not happened with any other healer.
So those changes that you first noticed right away, they've stayed?
Yeah.
They haven't gone away?
No.
So what was the reason that you sought out the remote healing?
I guess it was just such a crisis situation. You have a daughter who has cancer and has had for 5 years and hasn't gone to the doctor at all. And all of a sudden, she's just deathly ill. And then you're in the emergency room and the doctor tells you to call the family, that she doesn't have much time left. One of her lungs had collapsed from the fluid in her chest. She had holes in her hip bones, cancer on her sacrum. So there was cancer in her bones, her hip bones, her liver. There's cancer in her liver. Her lung had collapsed, so there was cancer in her lungs too.
After the remote healing work began, did you notice any changes?
Well, I noticed right away she seemed to calm down a little bit more. She said she could feel things changing in her body.
Okay.
She said that several times. But then I I know everybody seems to think she's doing a lot better than they would have ever expected. For example, her cancer marker score in the hospital was 454. And then we had a test a month ago, and it was 140. So she said, the doctor told us that when it gets to 30, that she would be considered in remission.
If you hadn't have worked with LD, where would you be?
I would have been, I'm not sure she would be here, and I would be crazy by now.